This will be your income projection for 2025. So what we're going to do to start with $25,000 buying this ETF that is just going to catapult you to a millionaire status. The first thing we're going to look is an income projection for now, and also later I'm going to show you income projection where you're going to put only $25,000 and then reinvest those dividends. The projection how you're going to be a millionaire in just few years. If you invest $25,000 in this ETF, you're going to get 592 shares, and that is going to give you weekly income of 178 or 9,237 per year. Because what I do here is I take a weekly distribution and I'm going to multiply this by 52. There are 52 weeks in a year, and that will give you income of 9,237, and that I did that for all of these sales. You can actually do this by yourself, and if you want me to help you create this type of projection, just let me know on a link below or an email somewhere there on my contact, and I can actually show you how to do this, or I can send you a formula to do this. It's very simple. Now, if you got $50,000, that's going to give you a weekly income of 355. If you want a monthly, of course, you multiply that by 4, or you can take the whole annual income, divide that by 12. Now, if you put a $100,000, you're going to get 711 per week. That's going to give you 36,000 a year. 150 is going to give you 55. So we can go all the way down to the real good income that actually you can start maybe make changes in your life will be about 200,000. I mean, if you put 200,000, it's going to get you, and that will give you 1,421 per week, 73,899 per year. This is all depends on what city and which place do you live, because each place has its own living expenses and how much you'll be able to live in that city. But if you live in small town, I can see $55,000 will be enough for you to just retire with that one, and that will be a 150. For some people, they say, for example, you're collecting other type of income, social security or other type of retirement income, you can only put $100,000, and if you get 36,000, that will boost your overall income per year, and that will be just enough for you to retire. This is just an income projection for what you can get now if you invested. But again, let me show you the chart for this ETF, and then after that I'm going to show you a projection of how to invest money, and if you want to keep your money for a long time, and how that money can grow to $1 million portfolio. First, we're going to introduce this ETF. The ETF I'm talking about today is Round Hill Innovation 100 0 day to expiry cover call strategy ETF, which is qdte. The price of today is $42.22. 52-week range is between $39.10 to $49.39. Intraday daily volume is about 500,000. Net asset as of today, this is how much money people have invested in this ETF. That's closer to $500 million. Right now it's 492.77. That number always fluctuates based on the market and of course, and people buying and selling and pulling out the money. But as of now, it's close to $500 million. Expense ratio, this is the money that you are charged by the manager who are managing this portfolio, is only less than 1%, it's 0.95. So that actually considered to how much they pay is very low. If we look at the yield here, there's no yield, but I'm going to show you what the yield is of today and how I calculate that yield. If you're interested in qdte, also you might be interested in other these ETFs, xdte, ymax, rdte, fepi, ymag, MSTY. By the way, all of these ETFs I've made videos and explained, and also I made an income projection for these ETFs. So if you're interested, just make sure you check the link below. Now let's look at the qdte dividend distribution and yield. They've been paying distribution since March 28, 2024, and they've been paying, of course, weekly distribution. The last distribution they paid was November 15th, 2024, and that was 25 cents. But if you look at this, you can see there's 25, 26, 45, there's 33, 31, 48, 51, 57. So they're different. They're not consistent distribution, of course, in every week. And because of that, what I usually like to do, I combine all of them together and I average distribution, because this gives you the actual number that we can use for a yield and everything else. Now, if we take all the income that they've paid so far since inception, they've paid $10.30. So if you add that to the price of today, which is $42.22, the yield, the price you're going to get is 52.52, meaning this will show you how much your ETF has grown. And this number, by the way, does not include your, if you're an investor who buy these ETFs and then reinvest, of course, this price will be even more because you're buying lower and you're buying higher. Now, our yield using that math of average distribution, which is 30 cents, is going to be 37%. And the math I showed you earlier about this income projection, that is based off the average distribution yield of 37. Now, let me show you a final chapter, which is an income for a growth investor who wants to invest today and let their money grow. And that's only going to be $25,000. So now you're an investor who don't have that much money. I showed you, if you want to be able to retire, maybe you put $100,000 to $200,000, you'll be able to generate enough income and retire today. But now that's not the case for you. You only have $25,000 or less. So this is another math you can do to be able to reach to a millionaire status. And this is $25,000 monthly contribution. You don't contribute any other amount of money. So you don't add anything in your portfolio. You just put $25,000 and you're going to wait for 15 years. Right now, the yield we calculate is 37%. Because this is a yield of average distribution for the whole year they've paid so far. And that what's going to give you is going to give you those many shares, and your income for the next year, your $25,000 is going to be $37,000. That's the second year. If we go to the third year, you're going to have $54,000. If we go all the way down to seventh year, you're going to have $187,000. Now, if you leave your money for one more year, your money is almost going to double. It's going to be $244,000. By 10th year, you're going to have $400,000 in your portfolio. By 11th year, you're going to have $500,000. So check this out. Your compounding now is taking effect. It's going to be crazy after 10th year. You have $500,000 in your portfolio, which is $500,000 by just 10 years. If you leave that money grow, compounding for just 4 more years, your portfolio is going to turn into $1.172 million. That's how powerful compound interest is. And you can see on this column right here, we can see it started with 37% and it keeps going down, the yield, because of course as your money grows, the yield comes down. And also there's inflation is being calculated in this math. Now, this column here is how much dividend you're going to get. And this is the total distribution you're going to get for the since you invested. And of course, as this distribution, getting more shares, and those more shares, of course, are going to give you more income, and more income, it turns into a bigger portfolio. So within only 15 years, you're going to have over $1 million portfolio. Now, if you want this, you reduce your time, that means you're just going to add a little bit more money in when you start your investment, right? So instead of $25,000, you can put here, let's say, for example, $50,000. Of course, that will reduce the amount of time. Instead of 15 years, it's going to go less. And of course, if you don't have that much money, let's say you have $5,000, you can also put $5,000. And what you're going to do, you're going to do monthly contribution. You're going to add maybe $300 or $500. Check my other video I show about ymax, which I actually did exactly the same math, and I showed you how you can put only $300 here and starting with only $5,000, and that will give you $1 million portfolio within just 10 years. If you like this content, please like this video, share with someone who you think this video might help. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss these type of videos on your income projection and your portfolio growth. If you're also interested in this video, check my next video that I'm going to combine qdte plus ymax, and I'm going to show a projection of income and how much you can generate income using those two portfolio only, which I think are one of the best ETFs at all times. So thank you again for watching. Till we meet again next video. Bye bye.